Sorry to keep everybody waiting.
Oh, this one, I'm sorry, right here. Yep.
The Auburn Industrial Development Authority meeting will come to order. Roll call, please.
Lori.
Um,
Okay. Mr. Dacey,
Here,
Mr. Cuddy,
Here.
Ms. Crawford. Here. Ms. Weber McLeod.
Here.
Mr. Andre. Mr. Janatina.
Here.
I know that Katie McIntyre couldn't come today. Mr. Lovell. Okay.
You got Robert Poyer.
Oh, you're not on. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Mr. Poyer. All right. So there is a quorum.
the minutes of June 21st, 2023. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Second. Any discussions, changes? To the minutes? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions carried. Bills and communications, TGW invoice.
Okay, so that's the only bill we have this month. That invoice is for their assistance in migrating the website onto GoDaddy. So that's kind of the last bill that's going to be associated with that. The migration is done. And it's for $1,000. That's all there is. Bills.
Okay. Thank you. Is there a motion to accept the invoice?
So moved.
Second, please?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions carried. Thank you. Report of the treasurer.
Okay, I'm gonna make the report today for Tessa because he just came on and read all this stuff because I didn't have her email address. So if you look at, I did a sheet for June just because we didn't have a meeting last month. So you could see where we were there. If you look at the one that goes through July, if you look at our year to date, our actual year to date, we had on the net income, we have a negative 25,972, which sort of looks kind of awful. But if you look at what we budgeted to have, it's 40,000, a negative 40,579. So we're actually a little bit ahead of the game. There wasn't a whole lot of activity in July. There was a little bit in June. We had a final bill for the audit, which was kind of a large amount. We paid CEDA the $5,000 that we owe that, and we had some marketing expenses. Most of that all came in June. About all that happened in July was we got a little interest. There wasn't a whole lot that happened. If you look at the balance sheet, you'll see that as of the end of July, we had 45,000 in our checking account and 169,324 in the savings account. So we're solid. And there's nothing big that I know of coming up that's going to have an effect on.
Can I have a motion to accept the P&L and balance sheet? please?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions carried. Thank you. CEDA update.
Lauren provided some information about the changes she had made, to the website, also the new name would be, redirected from the group Auburn to the Auburn FBA. And, she will be providing another, more thorough update with an email to all of you later on.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Pardon?
Is that it for the seat update?
Yeah, I would say that that's probably it for now. Jim,
Do you have a question?
nope. Just moving on to
Okay,
B.
moving on to the A to CEDA contract. It's, I think we are. It's the last year of the 3-year contract.
I think so.
Yeah. So we have to look at continuing and at the same rate, talk to CEDA, see if there's requirement for any changes. We haven't had that discussion, but I would like everybody to keep in mind that the contract is coming up.
Thank you.
Okay, marketing update.
Or I gave that marketing update.
Pardon me?
I sort of gave that marketing update.
All right.
And the Ada residential properties, the last that we discussed, the realtors recommended that we do it as a package, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure where we're at that right now.
Yeah, I think we can kind of keep that in the back burner.
I don't think it's a
If we-
priority at this time.
Get a proposal, then we'll take a look at it. I think that it's just out there right now on, it's the realtor's hands, and we'll have to see what they can do.
Great, thank you.
So if I can go back to the marketing update.
Sure.
Like I said, the website updates were made except for replacing the business spotlights. That's a discussion that needs to be made about which businesses to highlight. So Lauren will be able to sit down with that committee to discuss that further. And also CEDA did join the Site Selectors Guild.
Thank you.
Is there any new business?
No.
Did we have any, have we had any further discussion on that property and next to Max Studios?
So I think since the last ADA board meeting, something fortunate and interesting happened. The NYSEG power lines, the transmission lines that sort of cut diagonally on the west side of that property are getting moved, which has been a roadblock for expansion on that site, having to work around where those power lines go. From what I have understood, the city has been in touch with NYSEG and understands that, how that is all happening. And the parties that are interested in dividing the parcel, we're still working with them to figure out their business plans and how much of the parcel they would each want.
And we also reached out to Peter Mack, see if he has any interest. When he originally was he was talking about purchasing that property, and then because of business, he backed off, but he asked that he be given first dibs on it if somebody comes that's interested in it. And so he was spoken to, and I haven't gotten a report back on what that conversation was. I have to talk to Peter. Okay. This. Board member updates, does anybody have anything? They'd like to bring up?
No.
I'd like to make a motion to go into an executive session to talk about personnel issues.
I'll second that. I'm sorry, I'll second that.
All those in favor?
I.
Opposed? Okay.
So anybody who is not on the board, I would ask, accept our counsel to leave the room.
If I could address the board just before
We,
exiting the room.
sure.
Order, not-
And,